Yeah. in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. We're back with some more DGL Masters action for you on this beautiful Sunday evening. I am Jabba. I'm joined by the sultry Succubus, and we're in for a massive treat with the XD Ventus game this evening. I hope you're super excited. I am.
I'm very excited. You know, I love my boys.
Well, these are the two new teams to the Masters DGL. They are trying to earn respect for being within the Masters. So hopefully, best of luck to both teams, and rightfully so, earning themselves a spot here in the Masters division.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're no stranger to some of these names. I mean, RDK, 225, Soda, Mikasa Impact. On the other side, we have Seer and Kronos. I'm not too familiar with the rest of them, the other three players. I know they're fairly new to the team. But, you know, some veteran players in this, and we have seen, well, the boys of XD Gaming compete against the best of them, and, you know, they come out relatively on top all the time. So we'll have to see how they fare in the Masters here, but I'm definitely excited to see this matchup.
Well, I mean, it's going to be super exciting. We've got some big names, but I mean, as the Masters starts to developing, most teams have actually got 2 games under their belt, and thus far only APG, with the discount to how the results go tonight for XD versus Ventus, and then on the other stream we've got White Rabbit Gaming that's going to be going up against the Veneration squad. Depending how those teams go, pretty much APG hasn't yet lost a game in the 2 that they've played. So APG looking pretty good. But back to this game, we've got a couple of the big bans coming out. Common that we often see in this new update. I mean, XD, they've banned out the Underlord Slardar. For the side of Ventus, banning out the Lone Druid and the Shadow Demon. But 2 very common pickups that we see so far for this new update is going to be the Rubik that's been picked up by XD, then the response from Ventus picking up the Ember Spirit, and then XD following that up with the Luna. Now, we've seen a lot of success with the Rubik, as well as so commonly picked throughout the SA scene.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the Rubik in this particular series, this first round, probably about 15 times now, and it's got a very high win rate. I mean, we've seen it win, I think, possibly 12 out of those 15 matches so far. So, I mean, it's a very, very good support, and obviously, you know how to use the Rubik. But looking at this now, I mean, Lone Druid, Underlord, we've seen these bans come out over and over and over again. When we actually played against Lone Druid yesterday that had over 500 movement speed. We just couldn't get away from him. He gets a Skadi on that hero, and he just runs you down. So, I mean, it's also a hero that can solo very well and can get way more out of a lane than that is expected. But we do see a disruptive pick. And I know I gotta love it. I really, really love this pick. And I'm sure someone sitting beside me is going to love it as well.
Well, shout out to Wilson. I know that his favorite hero is actually the Disruptor. So every time we see this little bad boy coming up, special shout out goes to him. But more important of the draft, I mean, Ember Spirit, he's got those remnants that can actually escape. So the Disruptor is a very good counter towards the Ember Spirit. Not actually banning him out, actually deciding to actually pick him up in the draft as well. Kind of maybe denying it for XD if they want to choose it. But they still got the Kunkka if they want to try and manhandle the Ember a little bit.
Yeah, they do have the Kunkka, but I mean, Disruptor is good in any sense of the word. It's one of the best supports in my view. You've got that amazing glimpse. It's like I love glimpsing people, to just TP into the tower and you're like, okay, go back to base now. But I think he's just primarily picked up for that amazing kinetic field into Static Storm. I mean, when he gets that Aghanim Scepter up, when he inevitably does, if he gets rich enough, which he normally doesn't, but it becomes an AoE doom. It basically, you can't activate your BKBs, you can't do anything. So it's very good at stopping heroes like Luna and Meepo, that type of thing. You can really combo up nicely. And it also, with the Ember Spirit, it must be said, it deals with illusions and creep waves very effectively. So it's maybe can stop the Luna from, that hardcore pushing with her Manta style, those absolutely devastating Moonglaves. It can just take care of those creep waves fairly efficiently. And like you said, he's got a lot of escapability and he can push out the lanes. He can get a quick pick off and get out without, getting noticed. But the Rubik has been dealing with the Ember Spirit recently quite efficiently. So we'll have to see how quick these fingers are.
Well, it's going to really depend on each individual players. Generally, our players in this kind of tier can actually make those big plays happen. So I have no doubt in that. But let's jump on to the quick bans here. I mean, quite interesting bans coming out here for XT, denying some big calls here for Ventus. Ventus denied the Lifestealer as well as the Jugger. But now banning out the Nyx, we've seen quite a bit of impact coming out from this Nyx as a off-lane hero. Can really do a little bit of damage and considerable amount of control regarding your supports, and it becomes very expensive for the supports trying to buy up those sentries. So they do find themselves banning out the Nyx. They ban out the Invoker, but now the Pudge. This hero
come out to play.
This hero has been driving me crazy personally in pub games. I mean, I just want to go berserk when I see a Pudge being picked up. But I mean, he's really shown a lot of impact in our captain's modes, and when the teams go up against each other, Pudge really has a big impact on the teams, especially if he can land those good hooks, get those early kills, start getting those stacks into flesh heap. I mean, it starts just escalating to the point where the opposing team can't deal with a Pudge. It kind of begs the question is, do they pick up a Necro just to try and deal with the Pudge?
Or, I think we might see that Axe pick up again, because we've seen a lot of Pudge and Axe pickups on the same team a lot these days. But Pudge is a good hero to pick, number one, because you always have to be aware of a Pudge hook. Number two, you have to have your warding in certain places, or he's just going to catch you out. And, with that ether lens, that range is absolutely insane. You think, okay, there's no way he can get me from there, and then, boom, you're hooked. And all it takes is one hook, and if he's quick enough, just get that dismember off. It goes through the spell immunity, so it can basically waste the charge of a BKB, say on the Ember or the other core. So all he really needs to do is get that primary hero out of the team fight, and they can't do much. But it does look like they're going for the Wombo combo on the side of Ventus. Darkseer and Disruptor, huge team fight ability just with those two heroes.
Well, Ventus, they've kind of revealed their mid in the early part of the draft. They picked them up themselves in Ember. It's going to go up against the SF for the side of XD. The Disruptor is going to be the support here for Ventus. Darkseer is going to be the offlane. They now pick themselves up. Look, we know APGs ran Vengeful Spirit pretty much as a core. Edistam runs him as a core, but I've yet to see a lot of the teams.
It is Edistam, though. It does strange and wonderful things.
Edistam. So Edistam picks up the Venge Spirit as a core, but a lot of the other teams generally still play him as a position 4 kind of hero, which means Ventus is still looking for their core hero to face up against the XD lineup. What generally can we say deals well with the Luna? Maybe a Slark. He's got that Shadow Dance that can kind of negate the Eclipse coming out from the Luna. Other options for the side of Ventus? What are you thinking? Well, it seems like I've lost Succubus for the moment.
Sorry, you haven't lost me. I just pressed the wrong button like a knob.
You got to touch those right buttons.
Got to touch them buttons again. Anyway, moving swiftly along. I said I'd probably pick up, say, something like a Medusa, because it can disengage initiation from the SF and the Luna. They would have to be forced to get, the diffusal blades and stuff against her, and she can also set up a nice team fight. Darkseer, Medusa, Disruptor. I think it'd be a good pickup as well. It's a tanky hero. It's a hero that can push, and if she gets big enough, things can happen. And they do have a pretty aggressive lineup with the Ember Spirit, the Disruptor, Darkseer, and Venge. So I mean, they can make a lot of plays happen early and mid. I mean, you've got very good two roaming supports. So, but they do end up going for the sniper. Not a very tanky hero, and I'm kind of worried about this sniper, to be honest.
That's going to be food for Pudge. If Pudge can actually control his positioning, Sniper is going to be under a lot of harassment coming out from the side of XD. So I am a little bit worried about the Sniper. I think the Slark would have been a little bit of a better pickup. Just if he does get hooked, he can kind of leap away, or he can actually
get away,
Dark Pact out of the Dismember and just survive a little bit longer. But anyway, Ventus is going to close out their draft with the Sniper. We hope to see big things on him as well. XD, they're looking for their offlaner, so they need something that can actually stand up pretty good against the Darkseer. We've seen one or two enigmas being run off the off lane. Yeah. So you've got those Eidolons being able to sacrifice or actually just delete the creep that actually gets Iron Shelled, and maybe XD will go along those lines. If not, what could you see XD picking up for their offlane hero?
They could do a Centaur Warrunner as well. It's also pretty good. It's also very tanky, frontliner, huge initiator. It could work for them as well to set up like, you know, the Luna, the Shadow Fiend, get the Punch to Hook out one, get the Centaur Warrunner to engage, get the Blink Dagger, the Aghanim Scepter would be brilliant against the side of Ventus, because of they've just got very big magic damage on the side of Ventus at the moment as well. So I mean, it's going to be a while before that Ember and Sniper, you know, start right clicking like trucks. So they're going to rely on a lot of the magical. But Sand King was another option. It's a very good option as well. I mean, that new Caustic Finale is quite devastating, and you know, it does really, really well solo offlane. And we've seen a lot of teams, especially just before this patch, there was a lot of teams that were picking it up as an offlane, as a solo offlane, and we saw Sand King solo offlane so many times I actually got sick of it. So I haven't seen it in a while, and it's nice to see it on the field once again.
Well, he hasn't really been picked up so far or a lot during this new update, but he does actually. It's like a little bit of throwback Dota. We're going to go back to it. Yeah. We're going to see if he can actually fare pretty well against the Darkseer. What I would like to see though is the Sand King and the Darkseer go face to face. I want to see the aggressive try. I want to see the aggressive try coming out from the side of XD. I think they stand a little bit of a better chance if they do decide to actually run it that way. But nonetheless, for those of you that are just tuning in, I am Jabba, joined by Succubus. It is going to be XD Gaming versus Ventus. For the side of the Radiant will be the Ventus squad starting out the game. We've got Night Wraith going to be playing on the Sniper. We have got 3 going to be playing on our Disruptor. We've got Vengeful Spirit being played by Seer. We've got our Ember Spirit that's going to be played in the mid lane by Joran. And last but not least is going to be the Darkseer, going to be played by Kronos. So that completes out the squad here for Ventus. We hope to see big things from these boys. Please take it away for the side of XD.
I will indeed. For the side of XD, we have 225 on the Sand King. We're going to have Soda on your mid, Shadow Fiend. Then in the tri lane, or maybe just the first blood lane, we have Mikasa on that Pudge of his. We have RDK on his famous Luna, and Impact on that Rubik.
Funny thing is, we've really seen a lot of Morphlings coming out. I know RDK is a huge fan of the Morphling pick, but we haven't really been seeing it being picked up so much in this update. A lot of the teams are actually leaning towards the Luna in this patch, in this update. I mean, does so much work. I mean, why has the change come about, do you think?
Well, Luna for me has always been an extremely, extremely strong hero. But I think it's also due to the fact with her level 15 talent, which she gets pretty nicely, and the level 10. So, I mean, you get 15 more damage with the Lunar Blessing at level 10. And level 15, you get 40 more damage with the Lunar Beam. And it's already 300 damage nuke. So imagine another 40 damage onto that as well. Plus you get the attack speed bonus, and then at level 15, level 25, you get all stats up, which is pretty significant in this new patch since you cannot level stats anymore. So stats are very important. You see a lot of people now picking up magic sticks and Aquillas, where even in the 3K brackets, because it's never important, but this poor Darkseer might be in a bit of trouble here. I don't think they'll be able to get him. He doesn't have his Surge.
Well, in the mid lane, Soda does go down, and in the top lane, we do lose the Darkseer. So, one apiece going via the team here. Unfortunately, XD not being able to pick up the first blood. It went in favor of Ventus, so a little bit of extra gold on the side for them. But, I mean, those beautiful rotations coming out here from the side of Ventus, just trying to hinder Soda in whatever SF things that he can get done. There's going to be a little bit of a problem for him.
We're going to have another rotation. It looks like Kronos and Seer are going to try sneak behind, but he sniffs it out, and 225 immediately TPs out, and they're not going to find any kill here today. But yeah, as I was saying, in this patch, you can't level stats anymore. So when you're at level 25, you've got like 200 less mana, 200 less health, that type of thing. You're always going to have less than you used to. So your item choices and progression is very, very important. And I think that due to the fact that Luna is already an extremely strong hero, not many heroes can face a 1v1 early game. So just to have that extra amount, so that 15 stats, that 25 extra attack speed, the 40 luminescent beam, and the 15% damage, it's a ridiculously good talent tree.
Mikasa almost catching the hook there on A. There comes a quick rotation in from 3. They're going to try and have a little bit of a fight here in the Radiant Juggle. Impact taking a bit of damage here from that Iron Shell. They're going to still chase it down. Sienna also TPs into the shrine. And the Rubik bails and gets himself out of there. TPs out. Mikasa, he's actually going to take one for the team. He's going to maybe try and deny himself. He does actually have Rot online. Taking a little bit of the extra damage here. Mikasa, can he get it done? He can't. And he does go down to the docks here. So shenanigans for the side of XD stopped in their tracks and does actually pay with his life. So yeah, a little bit of area in rotations. Night Wraith kind of deep here. 225 taking a little bit of damage. Yeah, and 225 still going to get going on over here by the sniper. They're actually going to pull off and yeah, things kind of just reset and go back to normal.
Yeah, no emo pudge for us today, unfortunately. Didn't happen, but 225 is receiving a lot of harassment here. I mean, it's expected it is a sniper, but if he gets on that sniper just once, and here's Mikasa to maybe get the sniper hook, just slow him down with a little bit of a rut, and we'll see if he actually will be able to get the kill here.
Well, there comes the Burrow Strike. Going to keep him in place for a little bit longer. Mikasa can't actually get the hook off, but the kill does go to 225. Caustic Finale already doing a chunk of damage. Got 2 levels in that, so doing quite a bit of damage. Is going to slow him down, and they're going to get the kill on the Sniper. And this is one of the things that we did worry about. Sniper being a little bit of a weakish hero, a little bit of a squishy hero. And yeah, Impact finding out hard. They're going to put a chunk of damage here onto the Disruptor. Can actually find the kill. Stunned up here. The Rubik may actually go down. He does. Jerome coming in there with the last hit. Now Soda in a bit of trouble. Going to get chased down here from the side of Ventus. And Soda going to just salve himself up. We've got Pudge in the sidelines. Can Mikasa do something?
I don't think so. I really don't think they can do much now. Soda's got little to next to no mana.
You know, I love the confidence of Soda. Generally, you see teams actually like putting a lot of aggression here in the mid lane, ensuring a lot of the Necromasteries up onto the SF, but they feel super confident, and Soda not even requiring a lot of that backup. And then when those rotations come in, you then get that instant support coming out from XD.
Well, like I did say in the beginning, Disruptor and Venge very good to roaming supports, but they are going to suffer with their levels a bit. They are only sitting at level 2, level 3, and the Disruptor's only at level 2. So they're going to need to maybe try stack some camps and stuff for their carries for later. It does look like, however, the Darkseer might go down here if Mikasa finds him, but gets out safely. This is going to be a very fast tower for RDK. I mean, he's not really getting contested here.
Well, I want to ask a question now. Objective taken in Dota is paramount, obviously. Yeah. But the question is, as soon as you take down the tier 1 tower, it frees up your supports. You allow the supports to start roaming a lot more. The question is then, your carry now is kind of left alone, and it stops being a farming lane. So is there a certain time you want to push down your tier 1 towers, or do you think the side of XD is pretty content to leave that tier 1 up for the moment, just to try and let RDK farm a little bit more?
Well, they're going to need to stack for their carries. That's when you start taking all these lanes. But we do have a smoke up here in the mid. I just don't want to miss anything. We do have the Venge and the Disruptor smoking up. It does look like they're going to head maybe to try kill this Luna, but it's going to be a very difficult thing. We do have Impact and Mikasa right there by him, but if Impact doesn't move, he might actually be in trouble here.
The Rubik may actually be the one in trouble. They're going to see him on the higher ground, so Impact has no knowledge of what's going on here. There comes a kinetic field. Telekinesis going to stun out the Disruptor for the moment, and Impact taking a lot of damage from the Thunderstrike. One last right click from Sia, and that gank does actually pay off. There comes a Lucent Bin from the Luna. Mikasa whiffing the hook there, not being able to actually catch them out, and now RDK being stuck out. There comes the Assassinate, and RDK taking one to the face, and he goes down as well. Shrapnel just too strong at the moment.
Yeah, that's something you don't see often, eh? A sniper rotation before.
No, no, you don't.
Sniper rotation with just phase boots. That's something rare.
It's going to free up the mid lane though. Soda, he's going to be able to put a little bit of
And the
damage.
offlane. Oh, Sia almost going down to the Sanking ulti 225, getting a very clean and easy pick off there.
I mean, I thought this was going to be a really passive game. It's turned out to be so aggressive. Mikasa catching the hook here on Night Wraith. He's going to actually just walk it off. Mikasa not level 6 yet, so Dismember not available. I mean, we're sitting 8 kills in the first 7 minutes. This is more than 1 kill a minute. This is crazy. I don't actually know what we're watching here. This is awesome, actually.
I don't have time to answer your questions.
I would like some more analysis, please, Succubus, as the kills are not happening. And Magic Missile. Oh, there comes Jerome. He's going to pop in. The shrapnel good. The hook does come out onto Sia, but the page is going to pay with his life. And actually Sia going down. So, I mean, things are looking really good for Ventus at the moment. 6 and 3, 7 minutes in. XD looking in a little bit of a precarious position at the moment, and they still seem to be taking a lot of things in their stride. They kind of maybe expected this in the bit early parts of the game. I'm not 100% sure, but they still want to get stuff done. Mikasa smoked up. We're going to try and see if they can make a maneuver here on our Disrupt in the bot lane. He's actually hiding kind of deep. They may actually be able to get a pick off there. But in the mid lane, Sia and Jerome going to be keeping this wave far back. Soda, he's not going to want to lose any bit of farm. And our Sniper is going to be rotating. But, I mean, this is getting to the point. Ooh, Mikasa.
Mikasa, don't go down again, boy. Okay.
Oh, he spots him out. Pops the rot. Going to chase down Night Wraith. And actually not going to pop out the hook. There comes Sia to back up the Night Wraith. They're going to throw it out. There's a Magic Missile. Going to keep him in space. Heart is there. Pull him into the mix of things. Going to get denied for his good efforts. And Mikasa going down.
Mikasa just getting caught on the wrong side of life. 2 or 3 times now? It's a bit unfortunate. But if you look at the last hits and the net worth and all that, I mean, well, just the last hits, for instance, I mean, you've got a Luna sitting at 56 for 20, and SF sitting at 51 for 23, and surprisingly enough, the Sanking on the same amount of last hits as the Sniper. So I mean, they're still kind of there. They're not that far behind. I mean, yes, the kills mean quite a bit, but it doesn't mean as much as people think they do. I mean, how many times have you played a Dota game, won your lane, completely destroyed it, made the rotations, and in the end it doesn't mean anything?
100%. So, I mean, I'll win it every time with techies. But anyway, bot lane 2-5, getting the epi off, gets Glimpse back here by 3. They're trying to find more. Mikasa finding 3. There comes the Assassinate. It's going to land onto 2-5, and Disruptor still staying on 5. Mikasa trying to see if he can bring him down. 3 does eventually go down. Mikasa going to deny himself. Beautifully done there from Mikasa. And now 2-5 trying to find the Sniper. He's going to be out of range of the tower for the moment, but he's going to go down very, very shortly, and he does. Getting that Iron Shell, just doing too much damage. And the side of XD losing 2 of the heroes in that little tussle.
Your Night Wraith had two of Sanking stacks on him and almost went down when the creep popped. That would have been unfortunate.
Yeah, that would have been super, super unfortunate. And it seems like the mid lane is kind of just happy to farm. So, you know, the surprising thing is, I mean, yes, the side of Ventus is getting a lot of rotations, getting a lot of kills, but looking at our 2 cores here for the side of XD, Shadow Fiend and the Luna sitting in 69 and 69 in terms of last hits. I mean, at this point in time, Ventus must be thinking, you know, like, we're getting a lot of kills, we're getting ourselves in the advantage seat here, but when you're sitting behind... Yeah, when you're sitting behind in terms of last hits, I mean, Luna is sitting almost double to what the Sniper is. You kind of think, okay, boys, well, like, I mean, obviously they don't know what we're looking at. They don't see the stats as we do. I mean, do you think at Ventus at the moment, boys, we've got the upper hand, we've got the lead? I dare to even look at what the net graph is looking at the moment. And even with all the kills going in favor of Ventus, I mean, we've still got a gold advantage here of about almost 2k gold. And XP, almost negligible, 500 points in it there. So, I mean, not crazy. I mean, you'd think Ventus is in the lead. You're 7-4, but XD, they're not giving an inch here.
Well, for me, kills don't really mean anything. Like I said before, if you look at all the other aspects going on in the game, oh, poor Vengeance Pro just went down somewhere. I don't know where. Sorry, Sia. We missed your death. But like I said, the last hits are going in the favor of the cause on the side of XD. Then you've got all 3 towers of Ventus, you know, like all three of their towers are under pressure and have taken more than half damage. So I mean, according to objectives and that type of thing, XT are actually in the lead. And I mean, 7-4 or 7-5 is not securing the game. Ooh, Mikasa landing a brilliant hook onto Cronus there. Unfortunately, he's gonna go down.
Epicenter is going to catch Joram, and the 4 players here from the side of XT going to bring down the Ember Spirit. Now, A wants a little bit of the action. 2-5, he's going to be the target now. There comes the Requiem, going to do a little bit of damage. Not enough. XT staying alive for the moment. Deny comes out from the Pudge. Sia picking up the kill on 2-5. Now, Nightwraith wants a little bit of this action. Soda, he's going to get swapped out to be staying behind. And because of the after Requiem is going to bring down the Vengeful as well. Nightwraith picking himself up a beautiful double kill. No rotations from RDK in the top lane. He's going to be very content in just trying to chip away at this tier 2 in the top lane. So beautiful actually little fight for XT, bringing themselves very close to tying up the kills at the moment, sitting 10-9 at the 12-minute mark, and this is when you start seeing the strength of the XT squad.
Yeah, and it's not just that. I mean, for me, XT came on top there. Not only, okay, there's 3-3 kills, but I mean, RDK is like, well, I'm not going to TP in. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm just going to take your top tower. And he did that very, very, very easily. I mean, he just went on and he even pushed all the way to the tier 2. And then again in the mid, they almost took the mid tower as well. The mid tower is only sitting at 236 HP. Ooh.
Mikasa, Tsukasa, come to my home.
That was so close. Yeah, but like for me, objectively, XT won that because they got the tower. They got a lot of damage onto the mid tower as well. And they traded evenly in the fight. So for me, it's a win on the side of XT.
Yeah, well, Ventus hunting squad in the top lane, not going to find anything. RDK is actually just retired to the jungle, going to farm himself up, kind of smelt what was going on here for the side of Ventus. And it's going to be a little bit of a failed smoke gang coming out for the side of Ventus. And often I've seen when these smoke gangs do go awry and don't really pick up anything off these rotations, it kind of puts them in the disadvantage seat. But Mikasa spotting out Nightwraith, almost dodging it. I mean, I'm sure he could feel it on his bum. I'm sure he could feel that breeze. It was so close.
Yeah, and it's been pretty close quite often here. But I must say the warding coming up from the side of XD, very aggressive, very easy for them to see hero rotations. So, I mean, it's nice warding for a Pudge. It's what a Pudge wants. But yeah, it's a very aggressive game. We've got aggressive heroes on both sides. And I mean, it's evident. We've got 19 kills in 14 minutes. And it's escalating. And all the while, RDK's been just farming and farming and farming and farming.
Well, that's what...
He's taking jungle ancient stacks now as well. So, I mean, his team has been stacking for him. He's got that Helm of the Dominates up, so he's going to stack things for himself. And it does look like he's going to go for that Dragon Lance first item. He's already got the Helm, he's got his Aquila, but yeah, now Dragon Lance in his near future.
Well, bot lane, Mikasa's going to get spotted out. Going to get spotted out here from the Ventus hunting pack, and Joram picking up a kill here on Mikasa, getting himself a 3 times killing spree, which has ended. Mid lane, Soda picking up the kill onto our sniper, killing a 4 times kill spree, which is going to snack him up 552 gold in Soda's pocket. He does have his Shadow Blade on the line, so Soda's going to become a little bit of a threat here to the side of Ventus. My next question is, Rubik is sitting level 6 at the moment. What kind of spells would you want Impact to try and steal? I mean, what are the big spells that we can try and get up? Maybe Static Storm from the Disruptor, maybe the Wall. I mean...
Yeah, the only problem with getting the Static Storm from the Disruptor is that they don't really have a lot of lockdown. So he's going to need to steal Kinetic Field and Static Storm, unless the Sand King gets people. But Mikasa landing a beautiful hook onto poor Sia. Sia's going to try get away here, but I don't think he's going to be able to.
Well, while that's all happening in the front lines, RDK having a bit of a smash session here, finding Jerome, finding the Sia. Now there comes the telekinesis, holding out Sia where he can, assassinate from Nightwraith, just trying to lower RDK's life. He's going to retreat to his teammates. There comes the Vac Wall from A. There's the Shrapnel, going to hook A back, or better known as Kronos, and Nightwraith just simply knocking down the Pudge. And now Impact and RDK are going to have to make themselves a very hasty retreat here, as Ventus have pushed them back. They did lose Mikasa on the Pudge, and they lost the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, and it's not just that. I mean, just the objective gaming here coming up from XT. I mean, we have 3 heroes just fighting and doing it well, and then in the meantime, you have Soda taking the mid tier 1, and you have 225 taking the bottom lane as well. So they might have lost the pudge, but they got 2 towers out of it yet again. And they got a kill on the poor Venge. I mean, she just couldn't get away from the pudge.
Well, it seems that XD is really playing super aggressive. I mean, they want to take fights under the shrine here for the side of Ventus. I mean, they were fighting literally in this area over here. I mean, even Mikasa getting that kill onto Venge. I mean, it was big plays, but still being a little bit super aggressive. I mean, their cause for the side of XD doing really well. But I mean, if you're sitting as Ventus, what do you say now? I mean, where do you think that things are going wrong? Because in the early parts of the game, they were getting the rotations. Do you think it was the lack of trying to snack up those last hits that is now kind of biting them in their bumsies?
It's not so much the last hits. The rotations are really good, but the problem is that like they're just outplaying the side of Ventus at the moment. I mean, they're taking fights. They're getting 2 or 3 euros, and people are rotating in like at the last second. And then look at the smoke up. This is going to be a nice pick off onto this Ember Spirit if he is not careful. 2 to 5 now, charging up that ulti.
Beautiful blink in there. Joram's going to hit the deck. Now there comes the rest of the team here for Ventus. I don't know if this is a fight they should take, as they're still trying to push the issue. They're going to lose Heart. They're going to lose Sia. And a beautiful fight taken here from XD. I think as soon as you lose your mid hero or one of your cores, that should be a signal to actually get out of there, where Ventus actually wanted to kind of force the fight. And I think maybe that's a kind of a little bit of the issue that Ventus is having. They lose their cause and they still want to chase it down. But is he going to be able to survive? He does. RDK not actually being able to get that loosened beam off to stop his TP. So, I mean, at that point in time, I think the call should have been like, okay, guys, we've lost Joram, we've lost the Ember Spirit. Let's just back out. Let's just lose one. And they still push the issue.
And you know the instinct of the support, Carrie's in trouble, must go save him, let's help, and then you drop everything and it just doesn't matter. It's I don't blame them to making that play. It's kind of, you see it happen a lot. You try and save your carry as a support. So it's not a bad idea. I mean, Disruptor ulti was up. They did have the swap available, and unfortunately the Venge just went down so quickly. It was a very good ulti from the Disruptor. It's just it was no follow-up after that. And yes, it wasn't a good fight to take, but you can understand the logic behind it, at least,
But sometimes you have to think as a rational team member. You can't. The thing is, they're thinking with their hearts. Like, okay, my carry Joram, like, I love you, bro, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to save you. I'm going to throw my life away. And it gets to the point where you kind of put rationale out the window.
Yeah.
But
it's also in the moment, eh? Just remember, like, they'll obviously watch the replay and be like, okay, we shouldn't have gone in there. We lost 3, we could have only just maybe lost 1. But I mean, in the moment when you're playing the game, you always think something can happen. But this sneak impact in 225 hiding in the trees here, A is going to catch them out, but I don't know if he can do much about it.
Yeah. Gonna get Burrow striked out. Telekinesis is going to be used, but Shrapnel is going to come out here. Now it's time for XD to actually make the hasty retreat. Assassinate going to be on 225. Can't actually dodge it. Instant sandstorm up and just going to walk it off. But Mikasa, I mean, he's playing super aggressive here. He actually wants to see if he can find a little bit more. And the side of Ventus, they've actually backed themselves out and actually just want to retreat. As Joram is in the top lane, they actually may want to try and see if they can do something about RDK at the moment.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed.
2-5, finding a big stun on Nitrate. There comes the glimpse. Epi wasted, down for the count. Nice little play there from the Disruptor. And those are those cheeky little plays that you're talking about that the Disruptor can actually make happen.
Yeah, we can see. He's got his ulti up again. He might be able to do something, but he's got no follow-up. So, yet again, you saw a little... Ooh, no.
Ooh, no, yes. Yes, Mikasa's saying yes, the flesh heap, so good. I mean, Mikasa's sitting with 10 stack heaps at the moment. He's sitting like 1800 HP with the Hood of Defiance. I mean, from the side of Ventus, it's going to take a chunk load to actually bring him down.
And then to add injury to insult, Rubik stole Darkseer's lovely little Iron Shell over there, so you get hooked into Iron Shell, which is not fun.
Oh, absolutely. 2-5, blinking in, gonna get the stun off onto the Disruptor. There comes the hook, but Telekinesis up. Maybe a little bit of a whiff there if they actually didn't bring him down. Lucky enough, Impact quick on the fingers, able to do a little bit of damage there and drop the Disruptor. So little bit of maybe a misplay. It still worked out for them in the end, but it would have been a lot better to hang on to their telekinesis should they have been actually gone on, or if Ventus actually wanted to do something in the back of it. They only lost the Disruptor, so there was an opportunity to actually make more happen.
Soda and RDK deciding to go rush. I mean, it's pretty viable. They've got the tier 2 tower, but I do think the side of Ventus is going to sniff it out, but I don't know if they can do much. The main person that can stop this is the Disruptor. They're going to need it.
It's not going to be good enough.
And now they're on the retreat. They need to run and get the hell out of dodge. RDK is on his tail, and the poor Seer, he's going to go down yet again.
Well, the Static Storm is out. It's going to be a glimpse back into the Static Storm. Will be the SK. We do lose Disruptor down. The Dismember happening in the back line is going to bring down Jerome as well. Impact taking a chunk of damage. He's going to actually survive through that little onslaught there. And the side of XD almost taking a full team wipe. Night Wraith just being able to survive. And the confidence that an Aegis gives to a team is just absolutely ridiculous. They walked in there, pretty much took the fight that they needed, and now Night Wraith has pretty much gone to the bottom lane. I'm going to try and farm it out and try and get those crucial items that he needs. Only got himself the Hurricane Pike at the moment, and for the rest of the side of XD looking pretty. I mean, you got RDK sitting at 14k gold, Soda on 13, and then the closest to follow is going to be the SK on 8k gold. So a huge network discrepancy coming out from the side of Ventus. I mean, they just can't do anything.
Like a truck.
I mean, he's got Manta, Dragon Lance, huge kills there, and 3 going down to RDK just from the glaives. Not even targeting down the heroes here from the side of Ventus and picking up a kill. I mean, this Luna is ridiculous at the moment.
Yeah, and he's got an Alpha Wolf as well, which is giving him a nice extra 30% bonus damage, with his Lunar Blessing now currently giving him a bonus 38. And then he's leveled up that level 10 plus 15 damage as well. So it's just... what are you going to do against RDK right now? I mean, what are you going to do? And it does look like he's going to go for the Hurricane Pike as well now. So he's going to be mobile on top of doing a lot of damage. He might be in a little bit of trouble here, but I think he can take on Jerome just fine. Yeah, Jerome's going to get the hell out.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, she right-clicks a bit too hard. I cannot take her on.
And that's not even the problem. That's not even the problem. You got the rest of the XD squad in the background. They do lose Vengeful Spirit Assassinate coming out from Night Wraith onto RDK. Mikasa getting the hook onto Night Wraith, and that is the problem with the sniper. Mikasa's hooks finding the sniper constantly and becoming a little bit of a problem there. RDK is sitting low HP, but does actually have the Aegis. They may look at pushing down this tier 2 tower here. Jerome being a little bit of a pest, but Mikasa gonna actually try and chase him down. Doesn't catch the hook, but Impact, he's on the back line. He's gonna get the telekinesis out. He's gonna just remnant away, but 225 is in vicinity. Gonna stun up both of them. Gonna get glimpsed away. So now they're gonna have to hold up this high ground defense. Soda picking up that last kill, that last hit there onto 3. Almost thought RNG was on his side, but too good for the side of XD picking up the kill there on Disruptor. Now comes the big defense here from Ventus. There comes the hook. Got to pull him in place. And big Eclipse coming out from RDK. And they are looking at taking down the second lane of Rax. Assassinate, bringing down the Aegis. RDK being a little bit cheeky. He's going to respawn in the next second. He's back and he's going to continue right-clicking away. Mikasa sitting in the bushes here, trying to be a little bit of a pest, see if he can actually find something on the sidelines. Not going to happen. And now, the side of XD, they've got 2 options. Carry on to the tier 4, or go to the bot lane and push out that second tier tower that does remain there. XD looks like they're going to try and get a little bit fancy here.
Well, they why not? They're so far ahead right now. Aegis did just expire, or did she go down? Sorry,
she went down. She did go down.
She went down. She was on nothing. But just the problem there with that fight at the tier 2. I mean, first we have Seer running into a Luna because she's on low HP, thinking she can get a quick pick off. Her team was behind her, but they had no vision there, so they couldn't know that the entirety of XD was there. But then to have your sniper get hooked out while he's standing still and ulting, they have the ward on the high ground there. So I mean, they were able to spot the sniper. That is an easy hook for Mikasa. I mean, a channeling sniper standing still with his full level hook. It's just there's no getting away from that. And then from there, your fight's just lost. It's completely lost, and it's an easy Rax for them.
Yeah, it's massive. Soda trying to see if he can find something here. BKB instantly 3 goes down. Sia taking a chunk of damage. Going to wind himself up, keep himself alive with the mech as well. Now A taking a chunk of damage. Is it going to be enough? Soda actually missed. They could have actually brought down the Dark Sia. There comes a magic missile out from Sia. The rest of XD now going to follow out his teammate 225, getting in there, throwing down the Sandstorm. Not actually being able to be targeted just yet. Caustic Finale popping on Sniper. And Telekinesis going to keep Jerome in place. Assassinate's going to come out. Gonna land on it was Soda that it landed on, and this fight here at the bottom just continues to go on. They haven't lost many yet from the side of Ventus, but XD pretty content in just knocking down this bottom lane of Rax. Gonna open up Megas for them pretty soon. The hook is gonna be good. Gonna catch out 3 now. Sia coming into the swing of things, or Dark Sia gonna come and get involved, and he's gonna go down pretty easy here to the side of XD, and that is it. The side of Ventus actually tap out and stop the onslaught. I mean, it was
called GG when they lost the fight at the tier 2 there, because I mean that would have been an easier action. They couldn't defend it, and what are you gonna do with 2 lanes of racks down? You've got no map control. You've got a sniper and an Ember that have nothing. Disruptor and Venge did some really good plays in the beginning. You know, they rotated nicely, but they suffered on levels. But to be honest, I would have honestly just called GG at the second racks falling. It just, you know, there's no coming back from it. It's very, very unlikely.
It was very unlikely, and I think I really I liked Ventus's draft. I liked what they were doing. I was just a little bit curious about the sniper pick. I think maybe it would have been a little bit better if they went for something a little bit more sustainable. Sven did actually get banned out, so did Lifestealer. So maybe something a little bit more durable. Maybe the Medusa, maybe the Slark could have done a little bit better for Ventus.
Slark or Medusa, I think, would have been ideal here. It could have also disengaged a lot of the fights that did happen for the side of XD. But I think the biggest problem was they just got outplayed. I mean, you saw. They took 3 or 4 heroes, or 3 heroes, or or 4, doesn't matter. Had a little bit of a team fight. Were winning those team fights, or trading evenly. But at the same time, we either had RDK or 225 or Soda pushing a tower at the same time and getting that tower. So and they dedicate so much to fighting the side of XD that they just lost the map control. You can't really do anything. So it's just, for me, XD took objectives and played it exceptionally well. I just think Ventus just got outplayed this game. They really did.
Well, it's going to take us to the next game. Unfortunately, Ventus is down a game out of this best of 3, so it's going to be up to the boys to see if they can take it to the best of 3 and give us a third game. So far, XD looking unstoppable and in a very good position. Something I actually just noticed here, looking at our item progressions here for the heroes of the side of Ventus, it looks like Sniper picked up 2 pairs of boots. Something we actually never noticed in game, but
I did, but I didn't say anything about it. When he, when he first his first death, when he first got killed by the Sanking and Mikasa.
Yes.
He panic bought another pair of boots. It was in his stash because he had boots in his stash. I don't think he realized. So I think he just panic bought something to save his gold. That's so when he died, he didn't have anything. When he respawned, he just quickly sold the other one. But I didn't want to,
All right, well, it didn't escape the Jabba eyes. Anyway, super well played to the side of XD. Let's hope Ventus actually can bring it back. So as we're waiting for the lobby to go up, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of a break, and then we'll see you guys very, very shortly. Do stay tuned. We won't leave you hanging for too much longer.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Well, good evening once again, and we're back in it. Going to be game number 2 of Ventus versus XD. XD took a rather considerable lead in the mid game. Ventus was struggling, took a very good beginning part of the game, got a number of kills up, but just couldn't deal with the amount of farm that RDK got on his Luna, and unfortunately got them in a little bit of a backstep here for the side of Ventus. But nonetheless, it is going to be game number 2. Hopefully Ventus can come to the party, give us game 3, so things are going to be rather exciting. I am Jabba, joined by Succubus once again. I mean, maybe you want to give a little bit of a heads up of where maybe Ventus kind of went wrong, maybe where what the things that XD did right, and so on.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said in the previous one, XD just took objectives. They got their farm on their cores. They didn't rotate and panic rotate people in when there was really no need. You know, like when someone's dead, they keep their TP anyway. They didn't cancel the TP, so they kind of, freed up the lanes. RDK really didn't get the contested that much. Soda got exploded with farm as well. Mikasa just made the plays around the map 225 as well. But I was gonna say now, it was just purely objectives. Like they would take 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 heroes and fight the side of Ventus, trade evenly, and then either RDK, Soda, or 225 would go and push down a tower somewhere. And there's not much they can do because they have no heroes to rotate in. They've just lost fights. And I just think also the support suffered a lot on levels on the side of Ventus because they were roaming, making kills in the early game, which was a good thing to do. It's just they unfortunately just got outplayed this game, the last game. So let's see if they can bring it back.
Yeah,
We also have very experienced players on the side of XD. They were the old Energy Esports, if you guys didn't know. And it's still the same guys, just under new MGO. So they've been playing the best teams in South Africa for a long time. And Ventus, also very experienced team, but not quite as experienced as the likes of XD Gaming. So for them to even last that long, for me, it was a brilliant game, and they played exceptionally well. So everyone played well.
The XD squad, they're managing to go to getting the score to 1-0. Although, let's get into this game. We've got the bans coming up, pretty similar bans to what we saw in game 1, banning out the Underlord, Shadow Demon, banning out the Slardar and the Lone Dread. This time round, though, Ventus getting the Luna pickup as well as the Venge, so really prioritizing the Venge pickup. For the side of XD, picking up the Rubik as well as the Weaver now this time around. So maybe XD knows the secret to actually taking down the Luna, and it could be the Weaver. Could be. I don't know. Maybe.
The Weaver's got a lot of mobility and escape. It's just it can't take on a Luna 1v1 if Luna has sentries or dust or any type of lockdown. She takes on a Weaver fairly well.
Are we going to see this position for Weaver then?
No. It's going to be a core Weaver. I think it's going to be a core Weaver, but
you laugh at Jabba.
One thing to note, though, is Luna Blessing with Vengeance Aura. That's not a nice thing to play against. And they haven't banned out the Drow, so we could see a Luna Vengeance Drow. Imagine that.
That
Oh my
that
gosh.
would be hilarious. But you laugh at me about the Weaver position 4. It's actually very viable since the Ags upgrade now allows you to actually cast the time lapse onto one of the heroes. So I actually want them to play it as a position 4. So you
they
cannot laugh at Jabba. Jabba feels very hurt now.
Ha ha. No, I'm joking. No, but it could be. But then I wouldn't play it as I would still play it as a core, but maybe let it go mid or the off lane core or something like that. Because Weaver can survive fairly well in the off lane if it's smart. You know, if you don't, spam Sakuchi to farm and then don't have it to, escape or something to that effect. So yeah, Weaver can go mid, off lane, or core. I mean the main carry, but I would not put a Weaver as a main carry. It's just it's meh. It's always been meh for me. It's not. It's just for me. There's so many better carries than a Weaver. There really is.
Oh no, I agree with you. There are a lot of better carries. So Weaver as the off lane, so position 3 is what you're hoping for. I'm saying it may be a position 4. So we'll see what and who plays it. That will be answered pretty soon. But let's jump onto the bans. We've got Jugga and Ember Spirit being banned out here for the side of Ventus. And for the side of XD, actually banning out the Darkseer as well as the Ogre Magi. So maybe feeling that Kronos actually did some decent work on the Darkseer banning out that hero. So it gives a couple of options open. This time around, Nyx is still in the pool, but now XD picking up the Abaddon. Yeah,
that changes the Weaver strat, because Weaver with that amazing apothic shield.
Yeah.
Gosh, my pronunciation is terrible tonight, my friends. I'm so sorry. But
what is English?
I have done this a lot with friends of mine where you do a Weaver and you just like apothic shield him and he just dives your towers, and because that the swarm Sakuchi, the double geminate attack is just ridiculous for say avenge or anything like that. So it's a pretty nasty combo. We'll have to see, because I haven't seen this combo in a while, so it's exciting.
Yep.
But on the other side of the coin, we do have an Invoker, which deals fairly well with Abaddon's Weavers, that type of thing, especially if he goes for the Coswex, just Tornado EMP, and Abaddon has no more mana, so he can't use his spells to help these teammates out. But Queen of Pain, that's something we haven't seen in a little while.
Not a very popular pickup for the mid. Genuinely you'd see maybe a Puck or a PL or a Jugger actually going against the Invoker in the mid lane. But Queen of Pain, I mean, it can work. She does have that blink. She has the dagger, so she comes online to pretty well in the mid game. Can really do quite a bit of ganking if that's the way that XD decide to actually play her, unless she tries to get the support into the mid lane to try and help her out. But so far, the side of Ventus, I feel, have like a decent draft. What XD's trying to pull off here is not going to be too bad. I think it's going to be a little bit more finicky, if I can put it that way. I mean, to drop the shield onto the Weaver. Weaver can do his funky things and try and make that happen. Could be a little bit tricky. But, I mean, Abaddon as a core, I mean, what about if they decide to do that?
Oh, they can. I've seen oh my gosh, Abaddon do fairly well as a core, but he generally does get out carried if it gets to the extreme late game, especially by a Luna Abaddon. But he does have that extra life. He can also opt to build himself an Aghanim Scepter, and him running down people with phase boots, so the race car Abaddon with his passive ability, he's attack slow. It's like 20% or 20 attack slow on level 4, and the movement speed bonus he gets from it is pretty significant. Plus he also gets a 20% movement slow on any hero that he runs down. But going back to what we were saying earlier in other casts, we see heroes now with the low cooldown ultis and all of that. And Queen of Pain with the Scepter does have a 40-second cooldown, and she gets stepped up fairly easily. So I think getting a Frost Orchid into Scepter on the Queen of Pain will do a lot of work around this map. She can also, quickly pick off heroes like Venge and Lion. It's easy, very easy for them. But yeah, Lion not getting picked up. One of my favorite heroes. I haven't seen him in a while, actually.
He was almost God tier at one point. In the previous patch, he was God tier. I mean, he was actually being fought over by teams to actually be picked up. I mean, he had so much control during team fights.
We called it the Aghanim Scepter patch because every hero almost got an Aghanim Scepter upgrade that didn't have one. And we turned his ulti into, what is it, a 20-second cooldown and an AoE effect. It was ridiculous, and people were actually starting to take Lion mid, which we haven't seen since Dota 1 days. So it was a nice little patch, but I still feel he's a very strong hero. That mana drain of his is completely annoying in lane. If he gets a blink dagger up, which I suspect he might be going for the position 4 years, Venge will probably play the position 5. So blink hex is still extremely strong, and of course that little mini ravage that he has is amazing as well. So. And he's ideal for quick pickoffs, so with the Finger of Death. So it's, for me, it's still a very, very viable hero, and especially in this meta, it's a fighting aggressive patch, you know.
I mean, well, so far what's coming to the forefront over here is going to be really interesting to see how XD actually decides to actually lane the Weaver and Abaddon. I'm still kind of weary on where they're going to actually play it, so I'm really super keen to see how they play it. But the final bans have actually come out here for both teams this time around. 225 SK has been banned out, and the Axe for the side of there he actually shows up. He actually wasn't banned out yet, so. Meepo being picked up here from XD. Okay, this is going to be a super interesting game. This is a hero that I have not yet seen being played in any of the CM games or any of the Master games. I mean, could we see a double Dragon Lance? What is English nowadays?
Double. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of double Dragon Lances on Meepos these days, but picking a Meepo into a Luna Invoker and Lion that could potentially pick up an Aghanim Scepter, it's a dangerous thing.
Well, the boys on the side of XD, they live for dangerous things, and it's going to make it super interesting. So now we've got the Meepo. So we've got the Meepo in the safe lane call position. We've got the Queen of Pain mid. We've got the Weaver that's probably going to be the off lane, and we're going to have the Abaddon Rubik that is actually going to be our two supports. Probably going to see a lot of roaming from the Rubik. The Abaddon probably going to be the one that's going to be keeping the core safe. But the game 2 has started. For those of you that are just tuning in, this is going to be game number 2. We have got Ventus Gaming versus XD. XD taking game 1. So this time around, playing on the side of the Radiant is going to be XD. RDK going to be playing the Meepo. Really keen to see how he plays. How this champ actually fares throughout this match. Impact's going to be supporting him here on the Rubik. We've got Mikasa going to be playing the Abaddon. In the mid lane, we've got Soda going to be playing the Queen of Pain. And the Weaver going to be played by 225. Going to hopefully get some work done over here. Very low mana at the moment, so probably just trying to make sure that they can scout out any wards that have come down here from the side of Ventus. But as the game continues, do give us the introductions here for the side of the smoked up Ventus squad.
Yeah, let's maybe just see what happens here first, because it's the entirety of Ventus except for the Invoker over there. So they could potentially just get a first blood here onto RDK.
Well, RDK teasing the puff. Here comes the side of Ventus here, trying to see if he can actually close the gap. And he's going to get actually spotted out here. Impact actually noticing it, getting a couple of right clicks off onto this here. So they're going to secure themselves the bottom bounty rune over here. In the top, Jerome going to get himself the other bounty rune. So it's still 2 bounty runes going per team. Only swapped around, and it's actually been divided the map in half as opposed to diagonally.
Yeah, well, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jerome on that mid-invoker. Then we shall have 3, aka Cronus, on that Lion. Seer playing the Vengeful Spirit again. Let's hope he doesn't die as much as he did last game. Shame.
He did good work. He did
very good work. He really did try. And then we have Night Wraith on the Luna this time. And last but not least, we have Arent on your Nyx Assassin.
Well, that wraps it up for the side of Ventus Gaming. Just to keep you guys informed, the other game that was actually being played tonight, going to be the WRG Veneration game. WRG did manage to take game 1 off Veneration, and they're sitting in a pretty happy spot, sitting 1-0. So that is the other Masters DGL action that is happening as well. It is also being streamed out if you guys want to catch that. But we're going to stick to this one. This one's going to be super exciting. We've got a Meepo here. And First Blood already going in favor of Ventus. Going to try and see if they can pick up 2-5. They did lose the Abaddon, being super aggressive in the top lane as well. I don't know if you're managing to catch that, if you actually saw what actually transpired.
Well, you're not getting away from 3 stuns. Well, 2 stuns and,
A minute
some
stun.
heavy right click damage. You're not getting away from that. It's a little bit unfortunate since, he did have his aquatic shield up, but, just enough right clicks from Night Wraith is just going to pop that instantly. They took a lot of creep aggro and they got pretty low, but it's a very clean pick off. But some heavy diving coming out here from Jerome. I mean, onto Soda. Sorry, Soda going way beyond the tier 1 tower there mid.
Well, he just brings out super safe and things kind of reset. Mikasa just going to give support to 225 this time round. So it's going to be dual lanes, a piece here for XD bot lane
Arran's
though.
getting in a bit of trouble here.
Carapace going to be popped. Puff going to do a little bit of damage. Dodges the beautiful stun coming out here from the next RDK on the ball. Dodging that stun, not making it a 2-man just yet. So things pretty fairly and pretty good here for the side of XD RDK. It's sitting 14-3. I don't think he's missed a last hit just yet.
Well, I must say, I like the lane choices here, the dual lanes instead of the Weaver going completely solo. Because 225 is going to die a lot in this lane if he's alone. He at least has Mikasa by his side to Apothic shield him and maybe heal him up, because they're going to have sentries down, and 225 is now trying to get onto Seer here. We don't think he'll be able to do much. Does do a fair amount of damage.
The shield does get popped, so Lion taking a little bit of damage. Going to Sakuchi through Night Wraith, and he may just decide to back off. Mikasa now becoming the choice of target. The problem is, as soon as you're in a lane with an invis hero, and the hero goes invis, the next hero becomes the choice of attack. Yeah, so you've got almost the shield being popped down onto the Weaver. Oh, but all of a sudden, 3 throws out a random stun, catches out 225, but now 3 taking a chunk of damage. So
he does have a mango in his inventory, and he does decide to pop it. He's probably going to get the kill here. Yeah.
He does, and now he's going to maybe even turn his attentions here onto Sia, who's got the bugs, so he's going to reduce the army of Sia, and it's going to be a double kill, solo double kill for 225. Night Wraith trying to see if he can actually avenge his brethren in arms. It was, and so aggressive as well. Mikasa not even in the vicinity, and getting a double kill in the top lane is super quick. Bot lane though, Arat trying to see if he can do something here with RDK, taking a little bit of damage here from Impact, and now 3 trying to turn it around. Not going to happen. They're going to get another rotation coming out from the Venge, just to try and see if they can slow down. They realize top lane is not going as well as they hoped. I think the call is now to try and prevent RDK from getting as much farm as what he is.
But now you're leaving Luna alone in a lane that's very much won, and she's not going to get much out of this, and she's like their one huge safe lane. Well, she's their core, like their primaral core. So unless they're willing to stack up the jungle for her, she's not going to get much out of this lane alone here. I don't know if that was the best decision. Maybe rotate one support in to help the next, but don't rotate both.
Well, it looks like they're actually going to try something here. We've got Sia that actually rotated bot. He's not going to try and make his way to the top lane, but 225 trying to put a bit of pressure onto the Luna in the top. Knows that she's actually unsupported, and 225, one more Sakuchi and a couple of rider clicks could actually do it. It's not even a couple of right clicks. It's just a Sakuchi, and Luna does go down. So those rotations you're speaking about has actually cost the Luna. She's down. And the rotations...
That was inevitable though, Jabba.
Yeah.
That was inevitable.
It was.
You can't leave a Luna on her own like that. Not against the Weaver and a Abaddon. After the fact that he just got 2 kills, But it was quite sneaky, those 2 kills. Poor Lion, poor Kronos going for that bounty rune. 225 knowing he's going to do that, and then the Venge trying to come and help him out. Sia just gets taken down as well.
Yeah,
it's not going well for the safe lane.
It's not going well for the safe lane. It's not going well for the off lane. And, the rotations coming out from the 2 supports just doesn't end up paying off if they don't get those big kills. They've got Lion in the bot lane now trying to support out the next, realizing XD's running a dual lane. They need to try and stop RDK, but it's just not happening. And now allowing the Luna to drop, just not helping the cause here for the side of Ventus. So XD, they're in a pretty comfortable position. 225 picking up the kill in the top lane on the Vengeful Spirit. Now 225, he's got Sakuchi available in 3. He does get sheeped out. This could be enough. And it's not going to be enough. They're going to be able to pick up the kill here for the side of XD. 225 going to live on a sliver of life. And now the side of Ventus in a very, very scary position.
I don't think
Luna,
Ventus know what to do here, to be honest. I mean, now you've got RDK, farming in the jungle here as well, getting those. You know how fast a Meepo gets levels. I mean, I don't. Again, this is just, in the beginning of the first game, you might have thought, okay, maybe Ventus has a chance, but the way it's going right now, these heroes that on the side of XD are very dangerous. I mean, especially the Meepo. So, and once Weaver gets a good start, and it's one of those heroes that is very hard to control, very, very hard. Yes, they've got the Lion of the next assassin goes down. Impact there to lift him and just fade bolt and one little right click from RDK and he goes down. Ish, this is not going well, Jabba. What do you think needs to happen here? As we speak, 225 is getting gone on.
Oh, no, 225 is going on them. Correction. And he gets the kill on the Luna. And he gets the kill on the Lion as well. 225 having had a superb off-lane challenge over here. Now he's going to probably try and find out. See, he does here, trying to dodge him around. Not going to work. 225. He's got Sakuchi in one. We've got Impact in the sidelines. Going to try and spot him out. Just one more right click. Here comes the TP in from the Lion. Going to hold 225 in place. Sunstrike coming out from Jerome in the mid lane. Not going to latch on anything now. Mikasa taking up those the tower aggro. They're going to try and find out 3 at the moment. One more right click. And 225 is wicked sick at 7 minutes in. XD 10 for 1. Things are not looking good for the side of Ventus, and Jerome in the mid lane sitting very low HP. So decides to actually get out. Had Scream available. He could have maybe actually done something. Yeah.
I think it was on cooldown, but I mean that TP rotation from the Lion was a little bit silly, in my opinion. I mean, you just went down. You've got 3 heroes behind the tower. You TP in, that's almost certain death. Like, you don't, TP in one by one like that. You're just going to die one by one. And that's exactly what happened there. It was really unfortunate because it looked like they were trying to go onto 225 and just turn around and completely
Correction, my dog.
Correction.
Correction.
It was just like, okay, well, you want to go on, that's fine. Here we go.
We're going to go on you, and actually.
We're going to go on you, boys. And then they just take the tower to boot as well. So that lane, I would say it's 1. I don't know about you. Do you think so, Jabba? Do you think that lane is 1?
Let me consult my my lawyers, and I'll get back to you with a firmer answer later today. But alright, spotting out Soda. Soda in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't have blink. Has no mana. Going to try and juke around the bushes. Alright, missing out the stun. Thought he was going to juke around the tower, and now there comes the rotations here from the side of XD. Alright, he's going to bite the dust, but there's the carapace. Oh, he gets it! He gets it on Soda! Taking out the 2 supports. Unbelievable from Arat. I thought that was going to be a dead flipping next, but it doesn't happen. And
that's my carapace though.
Oh wow, that was that was crazy. I actually didn't expect that. I thought this was just going to be Arat going to his death pretty easy, and that was a very worthy and a worthy pickup. I mean, getting Soda, your mid laner, for your off laner that hasn't actually been doing really that well. Big pickup here for the side of Ventus. It may not change things at the end, but Soda coming back with the vengeance. Got the Apothic Shield. Going to take down the Courier free of charge. Courier's pretty happy. Soda's pretty happy about this. Telekinesis is going to be good. Jerome does going to try and do something here. It does get Alka readied up. That was stolen from Impact, or was stolen from the Invoker that Impact had stolen. And get the rotation coming out from the Nyx as well as the Lion. I mean, beautifully done here from XD. Good game sense.
Good game sense. Yeah, it was very, very well played. I'm still reeling from that spike carapace. That was absolutely brilliant. I mean, that made me laugh quite a bit. But getting on to more serious notes, these supports on the side of Ventus have no levels to speak of, and they're going to need to find them soon. I mean, once we have a swap and a finger coming out from the Lion and the Venge, it might be able to make something happen.
Well,
maybe get a nice killing spree and kill that Weaver, because the Weaver's still fairly squishy. I mean, he is sitting only on 800 HP at the moment, so if they do have a finger and a swap coming up, they could potentially do something, but shame. Nightwish is going to try take on this Weaver. There are rotations in.
Oh, instantly sheeped out after time. That's beautifully done from Ventus. Didn't see those rotations. I mean, they did have a ward there. I think they were actually smoked up. They got the 7 killing spree on 225. That is a big amount of gold.
It's been been working for him so far. I mean, he's been playing a very cheeky, cocky game, and he's been winning every fight he's been taking on. But unfortunately, this time it didn't work out so great for him. And giving almost 700 gold to the way of the Luna, which he desperately needs, is quite in the favor of Ventus. So it's very well played to them.
Look, it's still not enough that Ventus needs to happen. It's just enough to start like trying to get themselves on the board. I mean, at one point, Venge was 30 seconds ago was sitting at a net worth of below 400. She didn't even have enough to buy herself boots. She's now picked herself up boots. She's picked herself up the Windlace, got herself a little bit of a observer. So maybe can try and get a little bit of better rotations from the Venge. And Sunstrike, there comes the ball. Jerome whiffing the Sunstrike, was expecting 2-5 to do some shenanigans. Didn't happen. And a ping coming out from Soda. I'm probably having a good giggle about that one. And going to try and take down mid-tier 1 here. It does. Almost an out here from the Nexus. Not going to happen. And now XD probably going to be looking at getting a little bit more objectives done. RDK. He's going to just carry on farming the lane. Where's his main meepo? Let's see what he's building for. He's already got double Dragon Lance. He's got it already.
Big
this is
happening over here, though. Oh, jeez.
Under the shrine. We're going to lose Arat. They're going to try and see if they can push under. Yeah, there comes the stun out from the Darkseer. 2-5 going to be held in place. He's going to try and dive the tier 2, and he decides against it when he saw the Lion ready on those fingers, trying to get that stun off as well as the cheap. I mean,
about fingers, he has got the finger of death available to him now, so we'll maybe see a nice pick off soon. But I must say, Aaron did try to get out of that nicely. I mean, he stunned, I think, like 3 or 4 heroes. So I mean, he did try to get out of it. He did try to do something for his team, but unfortunately, having RTK just surprise come in, they have to back out, and they can't do much, especially with the Luna ulti being down as well.
Yeah, it's kind of puts you in a little bit of a hard position. I mean, I think if Luna had a better start, she could actually go toe-to-toe against the Meepo if she can just kind of position herself right. She's probably going to be building into the Dragon Lance after she's got the helm now. So that can accelerate her farm a little bit. Should probably start seeing a little bit more aggression coming out of from the Luna as soon as she gets the Dragon Lance building into the Hurricane Park. But while that's all going on, they still want to continue fighting. Yeah, Mikasa picking up the kill here on the next. And they're going to go on 3. Expended the Scream. They're going to pick up another kill here. Sia in a lot of trouble. She's got no HP to her name. Mikasa picking himself up a double kill on the Abaddon.
The mid invoker just goes down to RDK, tries to ghost walk him, but just doesn't happen in time. Yeah, Jabba Adala blink flying for the Meepo as well. I mean, for me, this is now GG. I don't think there's anything coming back from this.
Look, I'm one of those hopeful people. You know,
yeah,
I believe in a.
Techies on their team.
They don't. But you know, I'm still always hopeful. I mean, okay, pretty much the entire XD squad has got a higher net worth, but a little bit of engagement happening mid. We got RDK going to smash up the Lion, going to smash his face against the door. Now we got Joram going to be rooted out. Invoker taking a chunk of damage, does go down. Nightruth pops out the Eclipse, almost bringing down Soda, not good enough. Gets started by Impact. Impact steals the Eclipse, and they're going to bring down Arad in the backlines. Not even the Shrine keeping him alive, and he's going to go down, losing no one from XD yet, but almost a full team wipe except for the Venge being able to survive it out. To drops the sentry, going to pick themselves up that little farm there. And I mean, XD, yeah, kind of in a very dominating position. Ventus, okay, I believe in a good world out there and a just world. And I mean, so does Ventus. I mean, what does Ventus need? Okay, look, it's a very tough question to answer. I mean, XD is so far ahead. I mean, let's just take a look at the net worth graphs. I mean, we've got XD in the lead by 20,000 gold. Experience is sitting at around about the 13,000 mark. So you as a statistician, captain of Ventus, all the desires and hopes for your team to try and pick up at least one game in the series. What do you say to your team? Do you... okay. All right, you pretty much say, Jerome, don't get picked off by RDK. That's probably one.
Yeah, but good luck. He's now got a Blink Dagger, which they just didn't know about till now. But they might be able to get a pick off onto this Meepo. There's all 4 of them here. Finger of Death does come out, and goodbye, Meepo. One last right click from Night Rush should do it.
And Ventus is probably screaming. Yeah, that's going to be big. Lion picking it up, though. It would have been a little bit...
Unfortunately, he didn't go to Night Wraith. But your Luna has the same net worth as the enemy's Rubik almost, but oof, Night Wraith is gonna go down here, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What?
Oh, wow. Okay. A little bit of change of events over here. All of a sudden, Ventus finding a little bit of steam under the engine. They may be able to pick up 2 to 5. Can they? No, the side of Ventus is going to be distracted here by the bugs. And losing 2 here. And 2 of your big cores, losing the Quap as well as the Meepo. That is a big chunk of gold. I dare to even look at the net worths at the moment just for the giggles of it. I mean, that is a little bit of a big dink. I mean, that's down to 17,000 gold. Okay, I mean, considering what XD's achieved, that's not a huge amount. But Ventus maybe getting a little bit of life back in them. Maybe they can do something, make those pickoffs happen. I feel XD getting a little bit aggressive now, getting a little bit cocky, to say the least. I mean, they feel like they're invincible. The side of Ventus is uncoordinated, maybe like an infant still learning how to walk. And they're just being caught out. But Ventus finding a little bit of hope and actually picking up some decent kills.
Yeah, that was pretty disgusting. But I think once RDK has that Aghanim set up, he's just going to go straight for a rush, maybe a quick TP boots, and we're able to see something happen. But in the meantime, we have the entirety of Ventus maybe trying to look to take their first tower at 16 minutes. Can you believe this game has only been 16 minutes, Jabba?
No, I can't, because that would average us on 2 kills per minute almost. Almost 2 kills per minute, and which is absolutely ridiculous.
They're going to look for RDK. They're finding him in the jungle here.
Oh, they actually decided to actually split their attention. You've got the 2 of the supports dealing with the back one. We've got Arat dealing with the one here in the jungle. And now comes out the telekinesis. Going to bring up the Venge. Arat in a little bit of a trouble. The net does come out a little bit too late, but eventually Mikasa picking up the kill there on 3. RDK getting a double kill. They just can't make it happen for the side of Ventus, even with a solo Meepo hanging in the back lines. And I think the biggest problem there is Ventus actually split their attentions. Do they actually pick up the kill on Night Wraith? They don't, managing to TP out there by the skin of his chin. RDK almost picking up another kill. I mean, that was massive. That was
beautiful rotations. Like, I mean, Mikasa coming in with just the clutch mech. They didn't have the lion finger up yet. Oh, it's up in like 3 seconds. Maybe they just should have waited for that, because then it would have been a pick off. They would have lost here, but they would have at least picked off Meepo. But the rotations coming in from Mikasa and Impact are just brilliant and just at the right time. So, I mean, and now they're going to take on the Shrine here, stopping Ventus from TPing anywhere.
Be careful, XT. The Shrine fights back last. Look.
Yeah, for me, it was a cheeky and good move. It was something they actually needed to do as well. But unfortunately, they caught him out by XD Shrine, and they just TP'd in and mech'd everyone up. But 225 being spotted out here by the Nyx Assassin, so maybe they can do something.
He's being scouted. There comes a Sunstrike. Going to try and do something. Time lapse not available. They're going to get the kill on 225. Lovely rotations from Ventus. Now, this is the kind of things that you want to see being transpire for the side of Ventus. You know, those quick pickoffs, those things that you just kind of put you in the lead. Yeah, I mean, XD in the big advantage, but I mean, you can take advantage of this. You've got the side of XD in a very dominating lead, being very cocky, and you try and exploit that.
Yeah, well, as I predicted, as soon as the Aghanims flew in, RDK took that Aegis. So I think we might see our first racks here. Weaver is up in exactly 11 seconds. There is still tier 1 towers for him to TP2, so he can get to the fights pretty easily. But in the meantime, RDK looking for a pick-off here. Jerome, kind of anticipating it and immediately ghost walks. So no pick-off for RDK today.
Well, look,
it would have been a nice one, though.
I
did want to mention one thing that I forgot. They did also take the gem off the side of Ventus. So the Ventus lost a gem in that fight as well.
It is sitting with Mikasa.
Yeah. So that's also a key thing to notice, because now the Nyx Assassin and the Invoker can't go in this. So I think they did get the gem for the Weaver, and for some map control in the de-warding section, but there's not much they can do. But now, I mean, you've got the Aegis on that Meepo, and you've got that lovely Desolator on 225, so they can easily just split push this. I mean, Meepo can take the tower very easily, and they're going to be focused on them, because I mean, what are they going to do to RDK? He's got Aegis.
It's going to be really tough. There comes the scream. There comes the engagement. Jerome taking a chunk of damage. Not down just yet. Eclipse from the Luna's going to be good. Time lapse out from the Weaver, keeping himself alive. Arrow does go down eventually, losing the line. Soda's also down. But now RDK to the party. Just going to focus down the tier 3s. And Luna going to just try and throw out a Lucent Beam where he can. Bar back out from the Nyx. Going to try and defend this high ground. Jerome throws out that combo wombo. Deafening Blast into Medial. And Nitrate going to try and do what he can. Stunning out the Abba. Not the best target you want to actually focus on. And now Nitrate going to try and get himself out of there. RDK pops in, poofs in. Smash goes the Luna. Get wrecked, son. Going to lose Arat once again. Barback is done and dusted. And mid lane of Rax is going to be soon to go down as well. We've only got the Invoker line and the Vengeful Spirits alive for the side of XD, for the side of Ventus.
I mean, there's still an Aegis on that Meepo.
We did also get a buyback from Soda on the Queen of Pain.
Nyx Assassin. We also got a buyback from the Nyx Assassin. He died back.
Well, here comes a jump from RDK, picking up the Vengeful. The RDK is going to focus down both the Lion and the Invoker, and that is a full 5 team wipe. It is going to be GG. XD making easy, quick work here from the side of Ventus. This game only lasted 20 minutes, so all of you that were holding it in to go to the toilet, you can now go because it was a very quick game. XD really showed their dominance in that game. A nice showing of a Meepo and really the strength of a Meepo. Unfortunately, the side of Ventus just couldn't get anything done.
Unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate because they did have the heroes to deal with the Meepo. They have the Invoker, they have the Luna, they have the Venge to swap in one of the Meepos, then the Lion to hex it and finger it, and they had heroes to deal with the Meepo, they just couldn't. It's just due to the fact of Mikasa 225 Impact just completely making plays in the early game. I mean, 225 had such a good start, and those sneaky kills that he got on the 2 supports of Ventus, Seer, and Kronos in the beginning just escalated him, and then Seer and Kronos TPing to help Arrant in the off lane, leaving the poor Luna alone was just the worst move ever, because then they just got the pick off alone on the Luna. You can't leave a Luna alone with an Abaddon and a Weaver. You know, they can just dive your tower with Parthic Shield and Sakuchi. It's nothing that a level 3 Luna can do against that. So it just went downhill from there. It really, really did.
Yeah,
they rolled all over the side of Ventus. I mean, evident 33-7, 21-minute GG. It's just that was a how do you say faceplant? Get wrecked.
Get wrecked. That
was bad.
Yeah, it really was. But now, I mean, from this point of view, Ventus has taken a little bit of a hammering. As captain or squad leader or chief and commander, what do you say to your squad moving forward in the rest of the division?
Well, I would work on my positioning. I mean, Seer in both games was out of position quite a lot. Diving in as the position 5 is not really a good idea, and it's also the whole TPing in one by one. They're not very good with objectives. They are good. I'm not saying they're a horrible team. They're not a horrible team. Ventus is a very good team, but compared to the side of XD, the way they played it, I just think they just lack the experience that XD Gaming have. And I mean, that comes to everyone, but just go look at your mistakes and work on your mistakes. I mean, everyone does make, faux pas, and it's also in the moments. Like you were saying, remember with that Ember Spirit?
Yeah.
He was pretty dead, and then they still blew all their ultis trying to save him with the 2 supports, and they just ended up dying as well. It's decisions like that they need to change.
All right, well, hopefully the side of Ventus can look forward into the later coming games that they're going to be facing. XD, unbelievable performance from them tonight. Really performed like a Masters team, and being able to finish up the series with a 2-0. So that is pretty much going to bring the game and the cast to an end. Thank you once again, the Succulent Succubus, for joining me. Shout out to the DGL boys and to the rest of the guys in the Masters. Hope you guys progress further and do amazing things for your team. But pretty much from myself, Jabba and Succubus, we wish you a pleasant Sunday evening, a good Monday,
yes, definitely,
a better Tuesday, a fantastic Wednesday.
Well, Jabba, the
Yeah.
next round of Masters start next week, Tuesday. So we'll be seeing our lovely teams again, and the results will be up shortly. I'm pretty sure of it, and we'll see who's still left to fight. But yeah, this has been one exciting first round of Masters matchups, I must say.
It really has. I mean, things have really gone up and down and left and right. And I mean, really, it's been really exciting, especially in the Masters League. And I know the rest of the SA players out there that are trying to earn their spot, get their stripes, and get into the Masters. I mean, the only way to do that is to take it to see what the rest of the Master teams are doing. Copy that, better it, be better, get stronger, and make better decisions. But yeah, it's the way the cookie crumbles at the end of the day is to make sure you get those big plays off. And
well, you always have more experienced teams than others in these matches, but going up against the more experienced teams, you learn a lot from it. And I'm sure they'll look back on the replays and go, okay, we need to work on this, need to work on that, and hopefully in the next series they will come back even better. So I mean, the most important thing is not to deter yourself, not to kind of there's another word for it, but tilted.
Triggered. Don't get triggered, guys. Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered.
Just prosper, carry on, and
live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. I didn't want to do that.
Anyway.
John Lucas.
Anyway, guys. Yeah.
Bye-bye, and have a brilliant weekend further. Play some Dota matches till 4 a.m. I know I'm going to.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week for the next series.
Awesome. Good night and God bless.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.